All right, S&P, nothing, kind of a nothing. Well, we had some intraday action, but overall nothing. It looked like the rally was never going to end. We were just basing out. We finally got a little volatility. We hung out. We're flirting with breaking this zone. It looks like it's having a really tough time. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm short the NASDAQ right now. But I'd say breaking this. I've had a ton of people ask me questions about pullbacks and is it too high? Is it pulling back? You know, a million things. So we can kind of just take it as it comes. Right, pulling back to this zone is probably just a dip buy. Breaking this, we might actually see a decent dip buy. So we'll have to just take it one chunk at a time and see if we can't get down to this level. There will also be probably a hang up right inside there. But it's tough to, in an uptrend like this, until we start really testing some of these zones out and seeing just who's really paying attention at these levels as far as order flow and all that. It's just kind of tough to really. So that's why I'm going to keep these zones white. Yellow, yeah, yellow I have a lot more confidence in than I do just a white zone. Alejandro says, can you check SYM? I can. Give me 1 second. I will break down what I normally do on my watch list first. Dollar, Russell, NASDAQ, S&P. And then I'll jump into just like the chat and everything. So I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you or missing it. But do me a huge solid, guys. Hit the thumbs up, hit the hearts, whatever you're on. Make sure everyone knows you like it. Share it. That definitely helps me out when you share it. All right, S&P sideways. Plenty of room to go for the week. Now, NASDAQ. And Alex says, I'm bearish NASDAQ. Yes. So I bought some puts on the NASDAQ today. And I did a couple, actually. So I bought, I'm on my phone. It should have been at the money right here. 495s, 496, 497s. 497s sold the 495s. So I bought 497 puts. When it sold off, instead of locking it in, I sold the 495 puts against it, turning it into a spread. And when it popped back up, I bought more 497 puts. So I'm hoping, so I got paid to be in a put spread, and I'm also in naked puts. So I'm really hoping that breaks down. And overall, I just think we are a bit extended, and I need a day like this. That's what I need. I'm coming out smelling like a rose if the rest of the week pays out like that. But right now, it's a very tough one. The reason why I went with puts is because we are just in an uptrend, right? You can say we're overbought. I think we're overbought. We can look at the indicators. RSI says we are, so someone else probably thinks that too. But until that red candle is followed by another one, we're just in a very strong uptrend. So instead of playing futures, I just went risk and capital. So I just went to puts for this Friday, and they 0 to hero, right? There's no stopping out. They're going to go to 0, or they're going to start making money, and I'll trail it. But that's it. You grabbed a 498 call, so you bought the dip. I front ran it a little bit, so mine are up. So if you bought the dip later, we might both just be up. But I'm hoping we pull this thing back quite a bit. It's going to be hard with tech on the with Tesla on the absolute run. Like, that needs to chill out. So depending on your time frame, I guess the argument to go short is there. It's just not a strong one. You're catching a knife. That's all it is a knife catch for anybody going short. Honestly, the trend is up, but I would be cautious at buying at these levels. You can't be too cautious. When I say be cautious, I usually just dial back the allocation. At that point, if I'm gonna buy, maybe 1,000 shares, instead I'll probably buy 500 or 600 shares of something like that. That's how I'm cautious. I'll go a smaller position, maybe a wider stop, or I'll keep it tight but just draw it back a bit. And that's kind of how I would do it. So when it's at all-time highs, I don't like money just sitting there. It's performing better than it ever has before. So why would you want to miss out on the markets? Again, the worst you can do is buy the absolute peak. Somebody bought right here. Okay, and then the next day it was just really red, and then depending on when you held, depending on your trade, he's back up. So, just because it's up or someone's saying be cautious, there's a million ways to play this market and still create income from it. A says, please, can you look at RR? Please, Don. High five emoji. I think that's a praying emoji, but I'm pretty sure someone told me that's a high five emoji. Anyway, I will. Let me get through the tickers real quick. As far as the Russell goes, anyone playing futures is buying at the top of this zone is just killing it. You're taking 900 trades, more than a probably less than a scalper, but more than I typically would. It's killed it. If you bought down here and trailed it up, you got back in on this wick. I would still think this is actually pretty bullish. Still hanging out. I guess what you could keep an eye out for is just that kind of bear flag setup right inside there. I would think more range bound than anything, if not looking for a leg up on that. The most recent one is 4 months old. It's actually not 4 months old. It says June of 23. Guys, my chart link I haven't changed it. So it should all be the same one. Yes, I will post a new link for everybody. So if you are a YouTube member, first of all, your name would be green, but you'll also get a link to my charts, and you just save the layout. So all my zones and drawings, you'll have. I have TikTok members or subscriptions. I don't know how to do it, but I'll find a way to make sure they get the chart link too. So I'll post it everywhere it's available after the stream.